Good evening and welcome to Really Spicy Opera's Aria Institute Soprano Edition Showcase Concert. My name is Ann Wieben and I'm one of the co-directors of the Institute alongside Seattle-based soprano Tess Altiveros and Really Spicy Opera's artistic director Basil Considine. We started the Aria Institute about a year ago, back when we were deep in the throes of the pandemic and stuck in lockdown. And we thought, what can we do to make sure opera stays alive, stays current, and that we stay creative? And in a year, we've been able to bear witness to the birth of almost 100 brand new arias, duets, trios. It's really been tremendous to see what these incredibly talented people can come up with. So let me give you a little rundown of what the Aria Institute is. What we do is we take a group of composers and a group of librettists and we throw them together and see what happens. So every week there's a new pairing. A different composer is with a different librettist. We give them a prompt and then the team has 48 hours to put together a first draft. And if that sounds like not much time, it isn't. After those 48 hours, the pairs get to come and get direct feedback from the directors of the Institute. We let them know, this was good, this could be fixed, this sounded great, might want to rethink that. And we really like to focus on the performability, the singability of the pieces. After the feedback has been given, the team then has a few days to make revisions. And then 1 week after they get that initial prompt, then a live performance of the piece happens. So the pair gets to hear in real time how it sounds. It's incredibly exciting, and I really think that this institute has helped foster a lot of creativity, and I'm very, very, very happy that you're all here tonight to hear what this tremendous group of people has been able to come up with. Tonight, we're going to hear 9 brand new pieces. So sit back, relax, and let's get to the music. Our first aria of the night is entitled Blue All Around from the opera Adrift, music by Andrew Lovett and lyrics by Heather O'Donovan. In this aria, we accompany the main character, Tess, as she heads down to Central Park to sit by the lake. Now, this opera takes place during the COVID-19 pandemic, and Tess is exhausted both emotionally and physically from all that the pandemic has done. As she sits by the lake, she contemplates an infinite blue sky and infinite blue water and thinks about what it means to be free.
This next piece gets my personal nomination for one of the most awkward yet hilarious scenarios imaginable. Taken from an imagined opera called We're Expecting, lyrics by Heather O'Donovan, music by Jolie Odell, we find a lesbian couple, Sash and Robin. Sash is a school teacher, Robin is a stand-up comedian, well, at least an aspiring stand-up comedian, and the two have been trying to adopt a child for years. In the course of Act 1, we see their many, many frustrations, the paperwork, the delays, the false starts that don't pan out. And then, in Act 2, one night with intimidating piles of paperwork and even more frustrations and uncertainty looming, Sash has an idea. Because, you see, Robin has a brother. And so, Sash figures out, if they're able to get Robin's brother Mike to donate sperm, they can conceive a child that will share both of the women's genetics. Well, naturally, this is not what most siblings imagine ever coming up. And Robin takes some talking to, but eventually she is convinced not only that they should go through with this idea, that they must go through with this idea, but also that she should be the one to approach her sibling about this. Naturally, she freaks out, and in this aria, we hear her trying to work out some of those things. How exactly do you ask a question that your sibling not only never expected, but probably really, really, really does not want to hear from their sister? This is Mike, You're Pretty Great, from the opera We're Expecting. Lyrics by Heather O'Donovan, music by Jolie Odell. Public transportation. Magnificent when it works, and when it doesn't, a great inspiration for the question, what could possibly go wrong? That is in fact what this next aria explores, taken from the imagined opera When They Go Low, lyrics by Aiden Feltkamp, music by Andrew Lovett. We have Flat Earthers 1's aria. In this aria, one of our lead characters is accosted at the bus station by a deranged conspiracy theorist who will not only not shut up, but tells her in great detail just how they view the world. This is Flat Earther 1's aria, and many people's personal public transportation nightmare, being stuck at the bus stop with someone who just won't stop talking.
Finally, today we have I Will Win, composed by Sophie Mathieu with libretto by Valerie Work. This is a scenario familiar to all of us, the dinner party from hell. In this particular dinner party, Cindy, a high school biology teacher, has been getting needled by her dining companions about how it must be so nice to have so much summer vacation. She decides to clap back, and this aria is all of her frustration at her low-paying job and underappreciation just coming out all at once. And in the end, she decides she's going to have some adventures and brew some beer. Let's listen.
Dinner parties are hell. Dinner parties are hell. These dinner parties at Sophia Leno's Woods are absolute sheer hell. to give one quite a scare. You claim teachers are lazy, entitled, prone to sloth, and unlike you, who treat stocks all day. There's a waste of their pay with a schedule too good to be true. I deserve a shiny gold medal, a thank you and a job well done, not a snarky remark from a corporate shark who thinks teachers do this for fun. I should leave young Jake to eviscerate dead earthworms and become a world-famous mountaineer. I could master an ancient dialect or brew a better craft beer. Nothing goes better than grading bad papers with lager, than pilsner, or dry IPA, than porter, stout, pale ale, and hay. What goes better than a biology teacher about fermenting with yeast? Right? So what will I do? What will I do with my summer vacation? I will win the Olympics of beer. I will win the Olympics of beer. Brew the best draft beer and with the flavor. Let the adventure begin. I want to win more than spitballs that land on my chair.
Our next aria is called Elsa of Trabant from the opera The Fall of the Wall, music by Lauren McCall and lyrics by Maxim Samarov. So this opera takes place in East Germany before the fall of the Berlin Wall. In the aria, we meet Elsa. She's a supervisor at an auto factory that makes these infamous Trabi or Trabant cars. She spots an American film crew, and her first instinct is to kick them out, but turns out they have permission to be there. So she leads a tour of the factory and does her very best to extol the virtues and wonders of East Germany and the Trabant car.
Wer seid ihr und was macht ihr hier? Amerikaner! Mein Gott! You cannot be here! What? Genosse Director approved your visit. I see. Very well then. I will show you around. Welcome to the exemplary People's Factory of Trabant. only cater to your needs. The rest is just skullduggery. Our cars are made of plastic, not for the lack of steel. It is a sign of progress, our innovation's real. Our factory is shining proof of our superior way of life. And decadent and rotten west will soon admit that we're the best. The party of social unity is the born of the world community. What's it smell? Why are the tires burning? Detail, detail, did you ruin another batch? Do incompetentes Feuerschwein!
Hi, I'm Jolie Odell. Actually, try it again. Hi, I'm Jolie Odell, Resident Director at the Aria Institute. This next piece comes to us from composer Lauren McCall and librettist Robert Macaulay. What they've created is a lush exploration of grief and mourning, set as an Act 1 aria in a larger biographical piece about Marie Curie. Before this aria begins, Marie Curie has just been informed that her husband has passed away in a tragic accident. Let's listen to Mon Paris, Mon Pierre.
My balls, mon Dieu, my God! You taken from me your beautiful
Up next, we are going to listen to the aria Delta Airlines, We're Through, from the opera Moral Criminal. The music is by Emily Boyajian, and the lyrics are by Aiden Feltkamp. Here we see our main character, Marky, at the airport. Now, Marky is a self-proclaimed modern-day Robin Hood. She frauds the rich and then cuts it out of town before she can get caught. Well, when this aria happens, Marky is at a bit of a crossroads. She booked a flight on Delta Airlines, and because the flight is overbooked, she's not getting on that airplane. All of this could very well lead to the complete demise of her Robin Hood plan.
This is the final straw. I'm never flying Delta again. They'll finally catch me, and it's all your fault. Delta Airlines, we're through. You know it's not me, it's you. My life's work ended forever. When I needed you most, you decided to ghost. JetBlue gives me the middle seat. Frontier host, ignore me, but Delta, Delta, is the worst of all. My true love, my true love, my love, my love, my love, Southwest. Will never forsake me. Forsake me, forsake me, forsake me. She is reliable, 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 responsive, cheap, flexible. My flying partner in crime. My flying partner in crime. My flying partner in crime. In
Writers often ask not just what is the world right now, but what could it become? And what would it become if certain things continue? And that is the case with the Real Pets of Instagram, an imagined opera with music by Micah Dombrower and lyrics by Valerie Work. In this opera, we see the logical conclusion of all the pandemic pet adoptions of the last year and a half, and current trends in social media use. The year is 2024, and it is time for the annual InstaPet Fair, a massive pageant where pet owners gather from around the region to groom, primp, present their pets, and, of course, photograph them for social media use. But how do the pets feel about this? Well, in this imagined opera, they disappear the night before the pageant. Every puppy gone. And so naturally this causes great consternation. The townspeople gather, they argue, they debate, they speculate. And this aria, we hear one character, Sadie, give her own novel theory about what's going on. The puppies, she argues, have gone on strike, fed up with this constant being groomed, photographed from every angle, and just forced to become unwilling social media stars. This is Strike from the Real Pets of Instagram, lyrics by Valerie Work, music by Micah Dombrower.
You see, it's the fault of a fungus or mold, but there is no fungus that would make pets this bold. You see, it's a change in their water or food, but it does not take water to put dogs in this mood. No, no, no. They're on strike. They're on strike. They all have had enough. Would you like to be dressed up in hats? In those foul paisley bonnets, and told to lie down, good lady, face the phone here, good Sadie. No, no, you would not. You want to roll in the mud, to roll deep in the mud, to emerge from that crowd, from the beautiful crowd, and run to some den, to some bright doggy haven. We must cancel the fair. We must cancel the fair. If we cancel the fair, they'll emerge from their lair, wherever they've been hiding. Cancel the fair. Cancel the fair. Cancel the fair. Cancel
Now we have a beautiful, exciting aria from composer Sophie Mathieu and librettist Mia Athy. In this aria, we hear Amara Jimenez, this 40-year-old fabulous woman, very career-driven. She's coming home for Thanksgiving, and she has some big news to deliver to her very traditional Christian family. She's decided to become a single mom. Let's listen.
You heard me. I said what I said. Why are you so surprised? Clear judgment from your eyes. I'm not getting any younger. Good men are hard to come by. Dating track records been dead. Divorce rate is too damn high. My clock is still ticking. I just want